Hello everybody, this is Alchemist Global Soft Skills. In our part 3 we discussed about the emotional intelligence and the tail end we had left something to be discussed. So today I'll just read out and explain you something, a few 2-3 points about the emotional intelligence. That was ability to identify relationship between emotions, thoughts and behavior. One has to know how thoughts affect emotions. One has to know how thoughts affects emotions and vice versa. How thoughts affects emotions and vice versa, and how emotions can affect thoughts, and how emotions can affect thoughts. So you have to think like that, how emotions is affecting our thinking ability, or why we think something and get our emotions aggravated. In the next chapter, emotional quotient, we will be thinking about this, how to control it. And once you understand the true meaning of emotions expressed by the opposite person or any other person, including your staff, you can soothe him. Once you understand, you can soothe him. Once you have that emotional intelligence, you can cool him down. Okay, we say cool, cool, cool. Don't we say like that? That means we all know it. Okay. Anyway, we, as a part of soft skills, we are again trying to give the meaning of what we know, or discuss what we know. Okay, this discourse on emotional intelligence is a formal discussion. All this discourse is a formal discussion on this topic, is not a watertight. What exactly I mean to say is, all this is a formal. It is not watertight. Whatever emotional intelligence we have been talking so far is not watertight. It may change. It may change. Certain things may change according to the atmosphere situation. Like for example, due to the pandemic, the whole world cannot stick to these qualities which we have discussed already. Maybe there could be some ups and downs in identifying or carrying the emotional intelligence within the organization. They have to change according to the atmosphere and the changes, the climatic changes, the pandemic changes due to coronavirus and all. We have so many changes. So what I mean finally is, we have to upgrade ourselves. We have to keep in touch with the scenarios, world scenarios, and then the emotional intelligence also, it goes up and down. This is what I would like to say. And now with this, the emotional intelligence part is over. Now we will be in this class this is part 4. We will be discussing about emotional quotient. I think by now you all know what is quotient is. You divide 24 by 8. 8 3s are 24. I think 3 is the quotient. Okay, that is what is the gist of something. The gist of something is the quotient. Anyway, I will just tell you. I will read out and explain you. No problem. Intelligent quotient. What's that? Intelligent quotient, a number representing a person's reasoning. It's a number representing a person's reasoning. That is the power to think, understand, and draw conclusions. Generally, this ability is say 100 being the average quotient. 100 is the average quotient. Let us increase our intelligent quotient when we are taking up the job of organizing a business entity or a business unit. Let us improve this quotient also, which we have. We all have intelligence. We all have some quotient also. But let us know how we can develop it or increase it for better opportunity, better results, better outcome. Okay. When you say again, 1 minute. To think, I said, emotional intelligence is the power to think, understand, and draw conclusions. Now the power to think. So I would just emphasize something about think, Commonly we have been using, I think this, I think that. Is that so easy to think when you say, I thought like this, I think like this, I'm thinking like this? It's not that easy. So let us know exclusively or conclusively what is the exact meaning of think. Okay, I think then we all will be thinking according to what it is said here, what has been observed by Alchemy's global soft skills, that we will come to know what think actually means. Okay, when you say think, it is to have a particular opinion. When you say think, it is to say or have a particular opinion, belief or idea about someone or something. An idea about someone or something, then only you can say I think. Okay, whenever you think to consider the possibility. Whenever you think to consider the possibility. There is a possibility, then only you think, otherwise you will never think. Whenever you think, you consider the possibility or advantage. After the possibility, there should be some advantage also. When both these things are associated, clubbed together, then only you start thinking. I'll give you a small example. Okay. See, now suppose it's a supposition only. It's only a supposition for the sake of the example. Suppose from Jammu, they have introduced. They always means the government. They have introduced a railway track to Leh Ladakh, and it is inaugurated, flagged off, and then you start thinking to go to Leh. You have got a friend there, you have got so many people in Ladakh, you will meet all of them, and you can start some institution there. That is the advantage. And why you thought of this? Because there is a possibility to go there. Because now the train has been introduced. So then only you think, okay. I think you all must have understood when you have to think, okay. This latest facility, you affirm the possibility, so you think to go to Leh or Ladakh, okay. Now, I think you are all aware of what you think is all about, okay. At the same time, humorously, I just tell you, can you think of going to Saturn, Uranus, Neptune? These are the planets in our solar system. Can we think of going there? Is there any possibility? Is there any advantage? No. So, why to think? Let us not think, only think. See, thinking like a zombie, just a zombie, I don't know what he thinks, nothing, he is a zombie. Let us not be zombies, think which is not possible, think which is not advantageous for us. Always let us think which is possible and which has some advantage, either for you, your family, or for the people, okay? We have come to know what emotion and quotient. I think quotient also I told you. What is emotion already in the emotional intelligence class. I think that is part 3. We have come to know about something about emotional intelligence. So by now we know what is emotion and what is quotient also. Okay, whatever the emotions, finally whatever the gist comes, you divide it 24 by 8, the 3 is the quotient, like that. Okay, I think it is clear to you. So let us go into the theory of emotional quotient now. Let us go into the theory of emotional quotient and understand the global standards of emotional quotient. Then I think the whole globe is also about the soft skills. So the corpus of Alchemy's global soft skills is just we collect some information and discuss with you, share with you. Okay. So that is what I am sharing here, telling you, or I am telling, discussing, or saying, okay, I am coaching about soft skills. Okay. we know by now emotional sensitivity, quality of being offended or hurt. Emotional sensitivity is the quality of being hurt. See, these are all from the quotient only. To increase your quotient, emotional quotient, we have to know something like this: emotional sensitivity. See this example, small example. We also know, don't, we all say, no, 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 don't tell him. He is very sensitive. He will collapse. Uh, he will go unconscious. But don't tell him he is sensitive. So you have come to know that he is sensitive. This coming to know is only the increasing your level of the emotional sense, the quotient you are improving. Okay. So see this example. We all say no. Do not say or tell him this mishappening. He is very sensitive. Don't we all sometimes, in some eventuality, don't we all say this? I think we all say this, isn't it? Sorry. Sensitivity must be observed and noticed. This you must also come to know about your staff, your friend, your associate, all about his sensitivity. Okay? We refer to that emotional sensitivity. And this sensitivity must be observed and noticed. Okay, this is what I told you. When you happen to pass a message of distress, you pause and indirectly say something distressing. You say some example, that friend, no, he had a very loving friend, it happened like that. And when your friend, listening to this says that, okay, it is all fate, we cannot do anything, it is all the fate, whatever fate is, after all destiny always dictates, and it dictated, he has gone, he has left us. Suppose your friend says, you have to pass a message to him, you will give small examples, then you come to know about his sensitivity. Okay, he has improved. Then you will gradually disclose, that friend of yours or that your relative, he is not keeping well, he had an heart attack, he is on he's in ICU, intensive care unit, or acute care, he is being taken. There is a message for you to go and visit them. Then you will disclose slowly. This is all part of increasing your emotional quotient. Okay. This is all about empathy. Trying to know. Suppose you are there in his place, you will know how much it matters. For that there is a proverb. What would you know about how much my shoes are hurting me? When you buy a new shoe, it hurts, to some people it hurts, and he is not able to walk, swiftly, and his friend shouts at him, what the hell are you doing? You are not walking fast. We are missing this show. We have to go fast. Are my shoe is hurting. To hell with the shoe. Show what has happened. Are a small pimple, for that you are shouting. But when you have the same problem, the same hurt of the new shoe, then you will know really it is a pain in the neck. We say, I have a pain in the neck, I only know how much it pains me. The other person will say, it is neither fever nor any disease, only pain in the neck, and you are shouting. You have to have empathy. When you have empathy, you will realizing, and that fellow feels soothing also. Okay. A possibility and gaining some good results or advantage has been an experience in every person's life ever since childhood. It is not that these are all new, what we discussed now about the increasing the level of intelligence quotient is not that only when you attend a soft skill class you will come to know. It is not like that. Now please see this, listen to what I am saying. These lessons of think about possibility and gaining some good results or advantage has been an experience in every person's life ever since childhood. And these are all taught by peers, experienced persons, elderly persons, parents, teachers. This is all taught to you. Okay. The outcome of these lessons taught to us all during our potential lifetime is what we refer to as one's level of emotional quotient. This is the level of emotional quotient. It keeps on raising, increasing, and it keeps on helping you. This emotional quotient is directly or indirectly responsible for a healthy, good, or unhealthy development of inborn, instinctive, or inherent emotions, intelligence in a person. I'll tell you. Emotional quotient is directly, indirectly responsible. Emotional quotient is directly or indirectly responsible for a healthy, good, or an unhealthy development. For a healthy, good, or an unhealthy development. Suppose my emotional quotient is at a very low level, I might have an unhealthy development. I mean, development of my organization, of my enterprise, of my institution, whatever it is. So always try to increase. That is what this means. An individual with high quotient achieves. Now let us see, when this level is increased, what you achieve. When the emotional quotient is increased, the level is increased, or you come to know more about improving your intelligent quotient, what impact, what is the result it gives. Okay, the ability to persist. First thing, it will give you the ability to persist. That means to continue to do against any opposition. You will continue to do against any oppositions. Your willpower increases. Okay, opposition, or you will be unyielding. You will never be unyielding. You will always be unyielding. You will not yield. You will never succumb to it. You will always fight, and you are not easily subdued also by some information this way or that way, or you are not hurdled. Okay, that is what this means. First advantage of this is by increasing the emotional quotient. This is the first advantage. And second one, you always stay motivated. The second one is, when your emotional quotient is increased, you always stay motivated. We all say he is motivated. Let us know what is motivation also. Okay. Yes, I was telling about motivated. We all say he is very motivated. He is very motivated. Now let us know what is motivated, motivation, motivate mean. Okay. Means you are concerned with the initiation of your action. That is, you have started something and you would like to complete it, accomplish it, finish it successfully. That is something motivation. Motivate means just to get aroused and then go and sleep is not motivation. Motivation means until your goal is reached, achieved, you stick to it. It is motivation. Okay. So this you get when your intelligent quotient level increases. Okay. Third one is controls frustration. Controls frustration. We also always use he is frustrated. Let us know what is this frustration. Okay. Your actions are never made useless. It controls frustration means you get frustrated when your actions are not fruitful, when your business is not fruitful, when your aim is distorted, when your desire is diluted. This is all frustration. You get frustrated then only. Not unnecessarily you are waiting for somebody and he was a little late by 5 minutes. You cannot say I got frustrated. No, you don't get frustrated. Frustration has a deeper sense, a deeper meaning when you say frustrated. The advantage of emotional quotient is you never get balked, B-A-L-K, balked. Balked means whether I have to do, whether not to do, whether I have to do, other not to do. Like, you will find people, at the swimming pool, he goes to the diving floor, and from there, when he looks the distance between him and the water, he balks whether I should jump or not, jump or not. He knows swimming. If he thinks that I know swimming, let me jump, I'll swim, then there is no problem because he is a good swimmer. But he balks. So this intelligent emotional quotient will avoid that balking nature in you. Okay? So it will never make you wavering whether to do or not. Huh? And it makes you firm. It makes you stable. It makes you determined. That is what I mean. It enables you to be firm. It will not allow you to balk. This means it makes you firm. And the fourth one is it controls impulses. It controls impulses. Now let us know this impulses also. Okay. Influence in your mind and outside influence. By an outside influence, there is always sometimes a disturbance in your mind, and these are known as some sort of impulses. Your emotional quotient level, when is strong and high, none can influence you. Once it controls your impulses, naturally your emotional quotient will increase. Here impulses is what I read the meaning, but example I forgot to tell you, now I will tell you. Disturbance in your mind, you have decided to do something, and one of your friends is coming, "Ore, I heard that this thing happened, that thing happened, it is danger there, you will not be successful." All these create some impulses, in you. So you don't get carried away by such mind diverting messages. Don't get diverted. So that is known as controlling your impulses. And when all these four are achieved by you through emotional quotient, when you have these advantages, four which I read it out, then your emotional quotient level, when is strong and high, none can influence you, and with all your wisdom, you are firm on your decision and discretion. You are firm on your decision and discretion, and you are unrestricted. You are always unrestricted when you are towards achieving your goal or goals or the target, etc. You become so firm. Yes. Okay. Emotional quotient is never new. It's not new, emotional quotient. Okay. Now in this scenario, in the recent development globally, we have started knowing what is soft skills, and this is one of the chapters of soft skills, emotional intelligence and emotional quotient. So we are discussing, but it is not new. Okay, never new. It is about self-awareness. It is all about self-awareness and empathy. Okay, and these are the skills any leader needs in building a successful business, domain, organization, or an enterprise. These skills are needed. These are methods to raise his emotional quotient. Whatever we discussed, these are the methods to raise those four pillars. Just now I read it out. And in our next class, we shall share and discuss the different methods of raising emotional quotient in the next class. How we can raise the emotional quotient. Everybody must have that quotient at a higher level, I told you. Now if somebody is not having, I may not be having, so tomorrow when we will be discussing about how to raise our emotional quotient, perhaps I will also learn to raise my emotional quotient, isn't it? All of us will come to know about it. New jargons, new subject, but it is not very new. Again, I'll tell you why. We believe and trust that by now you must have thought of improving your emotional quotient. But all this empathy, sympathy, all these emotions, controlling of emotions are all in our scriptures. It is all in some stories of morals. So please read as many such books which suggest you some moral and develop your morale also. You will be a successful man in your business, in your life, with your family, with your children. Okay, by then we will meet again in part 5, I think. It's part 5. We will be discussing about the methods of increasing the emotional quotient. Okay. Bye then, bye all of you. Okay.